Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode on this channel. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also ding the bell for notifications so you'll know when I put out future videos. In today's episode, let's talk Star Wars Episode 9. We have a new image of the Knights of Ren. This is our best look that we have had at the Knights of Ren. We only saw them in that flashback scene in The Force Awakens, and it was kind of rainy. You couldn't really make out much. And you saw them just a little bit in the teaser trailer for The Rise of Skywalker. But now, the Star Wars Episode 9 Visual Dictionary, we see the cover now. And as you can see here, there is a Knights of Ren right there. And I must admit, he looks really, really cool. You can also see the Sith trooper helmet there. C-3PO, Rey is there, and a new TIE fighter. It looks like it's called the Dagger, and you see Dio right here. But the main focus is this Knight of Ren right here. Now, this is called The Rise of Skywalker, the Visual Dictionary with exclusive cross sections. I don't know when this exactly is going to be released, but it says here, a Knight of Ren graces the cover of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, the Visual Dictionary, giving fans their best look at a member of the team. There are at least 6 members of the crew with different get-up and weapons. I bet they dress up in all black. They dress up in all black ensembles. This one carries a vibro synth blade, and it seems like he may also have an additional lightsaber-looking weapon hooked on his waist. Check out the image below. Yeah, so this is pretty interesting here. I'm wondering if this blade is going to be kind of similar to something that we saw in Star Wars The Revenge of the Sith, where General Grievous's guards, they can actually deflect lightsaber blades. You did see something similar to that too in The Force Awakens also, with the stormtrooper that Finn was fighting. But if you kind of look here, right here, it does look like he may be having some kind of a lightsaber blade, maybe, or lightsaber weapon, I should say, hanging on his hip. It could be. I mean, in the Last Jedi, Luke even said that Kylo Ren left with some of his students. So I'm wondering, could some of these Knights of Ren be some of his students, even though they carry like axes and things like that? So maybe we're in for a surprise somewhat into what kind of weapons they will be using. I mean, it will be even more exciting, I think, if we actually get to see them with a lightsaber. Now, maybe it's kind of deliberate right now that the Star Wars logo is kind of covering that part, but I really don't know. But he is a pretty cool looking character right here. Dressed in all black, looks like he's been in some battles right here. His face shield is kind of scratched up a little bit. Probably what you would kind of expect in Star Wars. Star Wars, if you look at some of the like villains and stuff like that, their armor is usually kind of scratched up. You know, when you're looking at characters like Boba Fett, for example, Kylo Ren's helmet was even scratched up in The Force Awakens. So this guy has seen some battles and he looks really, really cool. Hopefully we get to find out their names of the Knights of Ren in this movie, and we'll probably find out that they were actually Luke students at one point, and they left with Kylo Ren when he left to go to Snoke. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the Knights of Ren existed before Kylo Ren went to the dark side. So I'm not real sure how that's going to really play in that, but I think the movie needs to address what happened to Luke's students that left with him. I'm thinking some of them became Knights of Ren. Now, we may not see all of the Knights of Ren in this movie. There could be more than 6. It could be 10 or 11 that just joined the ranks of the Knights of Ren. So I don't know, but this is a pretty cool looking picture, if you ask me. I think the visuals in this movie are going to look very good. My only concern with this movie is the story. That is my major concern with this movie. how can J.J. Abrams pick up the pieces of The Last Jedi and make a good story for The Rise of Skywalker? So lots of questions with that. How's the Emperor going to come into this? Maybe we'll get to see the Sith stormtroopers. You see the helmet right there. Maybe they will be facing off against the Knights of Ren. That would be pretty cool to see. I think visually it'll be cool because you'll have the black and you'll have the red. But hey, that's just my thoughts on this. But this is just going to be a quick video. I think this looks really, really good. This guy looks like he's ready for battle. And hopefully the Knights of Ren can deliver on how cool they look. Because J.J. Abrams, he just kind of teased us. And then Rian Johnson, well, he said that there was no room for them in the story in The Last Jedi. Okay, but he had time enough to have Luke milking an alien. But I digress on that. But guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me. And we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.